decided to bring up that topic and talk to our people.
One of the girls, one of our girls that you go to school to read, to gain the knowledge that will shape your life. You focus on being is to go and be playing wife role to another small boy that knows nothing.
Judy Austin. Person wey don dey wayward since 16 years old got pregnant from Mr. Obasi that can pass for her dad. Come cheat on her husband with another woman's husband. Suddenly don turn motivational speaker against wayward, worldly, immoral. Anyway, let us eat it as it should be eaten. She simply talked about her life. You see, there is something about Yul Edochie's countenance. When you look at his face, when Judy was talking about this, you will see a twitch. Just watch his face. You will see a twitch. That is a telltale sign. It's a telltale sign like, Judy, let us confess our sins. But we are going to do so pretending that we are encouraging other people, motivating other people, correcting other people. They are simply talking about their life. Judy Austin turned to a motivational speaker against waywardness. Even though she is in a wayward marriage. Now, let us assume that Mr. Obasi took advantage of her. But that is not what it is anyway. It is a common practice in the southeast of Nigeria for a man that is older, that has acquired, because it is all about how much you can spend. So this man needs to have hustled for a while, probably get a rented apartment or build business running. Things are at least functioning. Now he needs a woman, a lady, most preferably a woman that is ready to be educated, so that she will be the academic part of the husband. She will be the one to run anything that has to do with reading and writing. So Judy Austin, she wants to go to school. Mr. Obasi said, no problem. If that is what it is, for sure, you will go to school. Not until Judy Austin kept on failing. Mr. Obasi kept on spending until Judy got a part-time somewhere. Now, when Judy got to school, she felt like she needed to do more. School wasn't what she was cut out for. She wants to be a star. She wants to be an actress. And she found a leeway, an avenue to achieve this through the Nollywood industry, particularly that of the southeast of Nigeria. She said, I can do it too. All I need to do is to get a wig, twist my body a little bit, act, talk, pretend in this way, or just take on the persona, or take on the role of someone, or just pick a character. Practice, and that's it. Now, I'm not trying to say Judy cannot do what she wants to do. We don't want to kill anybody's dream. Now, she went on. She did what she did. And she felt like, you know what? The way to get this is for me to grab Yul Edochie. Yul Edochie will help me achieve this dream. Yul Edochie will help me cover for my lack of talent. Mr. Obasi, on the other hand, he was struggling, looking for ways to make sure that at least let me satisfy Judy to a point and not still appear like I'm stupid, like I'm a foolish person. He did what he could do. Then one day, Judy moved out of that house. Not just move, I mean literally move everything out of that house. All that belongs to Mr. Obasi. Mr. Obasi came home that day. He opened the door and the echo was so loud. Ooh, you know, when there is nothing, no furniture, nothing. She moved everything. And when Mr. Obasi went to the parents of Judy, they said, you have to do what your wife said you should do. Why? Because their marriage is more of this parasitic type, where you as a man, you must fulfill all the demands of your wife. And since Mr. Obasi is not willing to fulfill everything, such as buying bags of rice and handing it over to the siblings of Judy and her parents at the end of the year for Christmas, even Sarah Martin said it, that she left home because of bag of rice. Not just that alone. Judy wanted Mr. Obasi to rent an apartment, rent a studio for her where Yul Edochie is partly domiciled, where the movie thing happens. Like, I need a place there so that I can, you know. And the man is like, no, how can you be, I don't understand. You want to have a place to live there? You want to have what kind of life is this? No, I'm not going to encourage this. Anyway, everything broke apart because Mr. Obasi was not willing to be a fool. Now, the same Judy is talking about this. The thing is that a lot of people do not know that Judy is not really reprimanding or correcting or educating or preaching to those girls, as she called them. Girls in the university. Is there any girl in the university? I think ladies, right? Anyway, let's just call it girls, as she's saying. Judy is simply talking about her own life. How she went to school. Rather than her facing education, she was busy acting like a wife to those people. Example, like Yul Edochie, those boys that don't know nothing. Does it appear like Yul Edochie knows anything? Does it appear like Yul Edochie is in control of his mind, like he's a functioning, mature, grown-up man? Let us listen to more.
You cannot afford. Whatever phones that is trending today, give it 20 years. When you see the phone, you won't even be able to touch it. So you don't have to destroy your life because of what is fading.
That's the truth.
Whatever house that your mates are living in today, you can build something much better than that in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
So what's the rush for? What are we rushing? Why are we rushing? Why is it so important to do it because my friends are doing it? That is not an excuse.
Of course.
If you are out there and you have a friend that is always pressurizing you into things, you have a friend that drives a Benz or a friend that lives in a flat and you're in one room, and this friend is always telling you, now you the door, now they the door, others don't make a move. See, I can even link you up, you go get house tomorrow. Cut that relationship today.
Exactly.
Cut that relationship today. And I'll tell you how to do it. Because whatever we do, we have to apply diplomacy. Now, start by avoiding the person slowly. Don't do it once. Because most of these boys, some of them are they are too gone.
Yeah.
It's only God that can save them. With constant counseling, they might.
Sure.
But for you, it's not your job to save anybody. It's your job to save yourself. Cut that relationship today. Slowly detach from their circle.
Yes, sir.
If you're the kind of person that goes to club with them all the time, reduce it to 0. If you're the kind of person that hangs out in their house, stay in that your room. Build this character of being contented with what you have.
Of course.
If you want you for, no matter how little it is, always be grateful to God that you have them.
Good.
Pray and ask God to guide you, to help you make the right decisions. Cut that relationship. If you have anybody in your life that is putting you under pressure to do this or to do that, that you know that in turns it will destroy your life, cut that relationship instantly. If you're a girl here watching us today, if you have a girlfriend that is constantly hanging out every night, coming in the next morning to come and show you, see now, I don't make 1 million. Cut that relationship. You don't need it. Exactly. You don't need it.
Exactly.
Because, like I said, okay, so okay. In our dialect, we said if a rat jumps into the river with a lizard, when the lizard gets dried, the rat might not because of the hairs on its skin. So what works for this person might not actually
work for the other person.
So nobody can destroy you except you.
Yes.
To destroy, you have the powers to save or to destroy yourself.
And you see, a lot of a lot of young people have actually gotten themselves into very serious trouble.
Very serious
Many
trouble.
of them have actually wasted their lives.
So they want to drag you in.
Or no, I'm talking about the ones that have even wasted their lives because they want to do what other people
are
did.
doing.
Most times, you who is influenced by those people, you end up getting into trouble, and those ones
get away.
Those ones get away with whatever it was that, or whatever it is.
Do you know why this happens? Because we all have different graces. Your grace and your friend's grace, they are not the same.
They are not the same.
There are some people that God created with more grace. I might be wrong, I stand to be corrected.
True.
And if you're that kind of a person, as you want to indulge in whatever it is that friend of yours is doing, your spirit will be telling you, don't do this.
True.
And believe me, once you do, that's it.
True.
That's it. Either you die from it or you get locked up. And the worst part is the person that puts you into it is free.
Exactly.
Because grace Guinea our bro, we don't have the same grace. Exactly. So do not allow anybody, if it is your parents that are pressurizing you into, cut the relationship, limit it.
True.
If it is your siblings, your cousins, cut the relationship. If it's a friend, block the person. It's instantly.
That's also another point, because we need to get to the point of the parents who are now pressurizing their children.
I don't get it.
A lot of parents now, this is so wrong. This is so wrong. If you're a parent listening to us, please listen carefully. These days, a lot of parents are putting their children into so much pressure.
Welcome back. I hope you heard Judy Austin. Before we begin to press and scratch and throw arrows at her, I'm not even talking of Yul Edochie now. Let us consider some of the things she said. Like I told you at the beginning, she's talking about her life. You see, poverty and greed, that is what she grew up with. And, she wanted to be great. She wanted to be a star. She wanted to be rich. She wanted to be everything. And she rigmarolled, or can we say seduced? Or are we going to say she fell into the hands of Mr. Obasi? Mr. Obasi. Because her own parents pressured her into this. She fell into the hands of Mr. Obasi. And because she didn't really love Mr. Obasi, because she didn't really want to be with Mr. Obasi, because Mr. Obasi was more of a meal ticket to her and her family, she eventually jumped out of that marriage. But the thing is this, she didn't see someone else. She felt like, oh, Yul Edochie, I think both of us, we were married years before Yul Edochie came to this world. So, even though he is married to someone else now, it's better I jump into him and continue the journey. He used to be my soulmate before he was Yul Edochie. Then he was maybe Usman Danfodio. Judy, I do not understand how both of you can sit comfortably talking about these things, like without batting an eyelid, like you guys are trying to tell us about your lives, particularly you, Judy Austin. This particular was for you to talk about how your parents, out of greed, and because you two came out of greed, how they pressured you into Mr. Obasi's life. And since Mr. Obasi could not continue to give what you came into his life for, you decided to take your bags and trabaye. I don't know what you guys think of this one. Drop your comment, like and share. See you in the next update.